So Kevin Porter Jr. of the Houston Rockets, he's been a topic in the Rockets community for I want to say a couple months now, and he's been out recently. I think with some ankle issues. I don't know what's going on there. I think he went to a specialist recently, so that's kind of alarming there. But I mean, we all know what KPJ is capable of, especially Rockets fans. Over the season, he's actually having a breakout year in his own right, and compared to last year, I mean, he's doing a lot of things right. But also, there's a lot of things that he can definitely fix, and there's a lot of questions with him moving forward, and if he's the long-term point guard for this Houston Rockets team. So we're going to talk about KPJ, talking about if he's the long-term solution at the point guard position, and just overall my thoughts on KPJ on the Rockets, because the Rockets have been a hot topic for a couple days now, and I definitely like to see this because, I'm a Rockets fan, so let's get into it. So we'll get into KPJ stats right here. 19 points per game, around 6 rebounds, and around 5.5 assists on around 44% from the field and 35% from three. So, yeah, these stats are actually not that bad. I mean, on paper, 19, 6, and 5 on 44 and 35 splits are pretty good. And also 77% from the free throw line, which I believe is it's a career high for him. Yeah, 77% from the free throw last season, 64. Season before that, 73. So, yeah, he's shooting a career high in basically, I wouldn't say almost everything. I mean, maybe the field goal percentages and 3-point percentages are not bad or not great, but I mean, points per game, that's up. Assists, a little bit low, but he's also averaging a career high in rebounding. So, yeah, I mean, KPJ, he's actually having a really good year, and on paper, what he's doing right now is definitely great, but if you watch the games and you watch what he's doing on the court with guys like Jalen Green and Alperen Şengün, you can tell there's a problem. So, the Rockets, over the season, they are 10-35. Now, looking at the last few games they've played, I think they're on like a 12-game losing streak. Recently, just losing to the Charlotte Hornets. And in the last, 2 games that KPJ hasn't played, the offense actually has been looking better. So, I don't want to make this a negative video about KPJ. I mean, that's not really the point of this. It's really a video about if KPJ is going to be the long-term point guard or the long-term fit at the point guard position for the future. So, yeah, I mean, KPJ, we'll talk about it right now, actually. Is he the long-term fit? I think the simple answer is no. I mean, looking at KPJ, he's more of a 2 or a 3, someone that can score the ball, someone that's going to get the ball in the hoop, and as a secondary playmaker, that's really where he's going to thrive. So, what we're going to do in the offseason, or what we're hopefully going to do, is either draft a guy that can run the offense like a Scoot Henderson, like an Amen Thompson, and basically just have them play the point guard, move KPJ to the 3, have guys like Jayshawn Tate, Tari Eason come off the bench. I mean, have Jabari Smith at the 4, Şengün 5, Jalen Green 2. Yeah, I mean, the starting 5 would potentially be Scoot Henderson / Amen Thompson / whatever they pick at what they have this year. Jalen Green at the 2, KPJ 3, Jabari 4, and then Şengün 5. That starting 5 is actually not that bad. I mean, KPJ, in terms of a defender, isn't really too far off, but isn't the greatest. But, I mean, at 6'4", 203 pounds, can definitely play the 3 better than, obviously, Eric Gordon being like 6'2", 6'3". So, yeah, I mean, KPJ, he definitely matches up better at the 1, obviously being a little bit more beefy. I'm not beefy, but a little bit more taller at the point guard position. But, I mean, as a scorer, someone that can spot up, someone that can shoot, I mean, we all saw this last season. He led the league in catch and shoot 3-point shooters. So, I mean, we can take that with a grain of salt, obviously. I mean, he had like I can't remember how much it was, but, I mean, KPJ, one of the best catch and shoot 3-point shooters in the league. So, yeah, I mean, get a true point guard. A guy like a Scoot Henderson, a guy like an Amen Thompson would be absolutely amazing for this team. But really, what we're looking for is a veteran point guard. I mean, if you can get some sort of veteran experience at the point guard position for KPJ to at least mentor him somewhere this season, then his role as the point guard could definitely change. Maybe a lot of Rockets fans can switch up their opinion and have, the opinion of having KPJ as the long-term point guard for this future. I mean, really, we're only missing some vets on this team that can coach the young guys. I mean, we don't even have an old... I mean, we do have Boban, but he barely plays, so maybe we can get a veteran that knows how to play the center position well. I mean, has playoff experience. I mean, a guy like that teaching Şengün. I mean, obviously, like, I don't know, man. Şengün, he's not a traditional point or a traditional center. Obviously, not a traditional center. I mean, he's a pretty much a great passer at his position, one of the best in the league actually, and pretty underrated in terms of offense. But I mean, having guys that can mentor the young guys on this team can definitely benefit from them, especially KPJ that needs the most guidance. I mean, over the season, he actually has one of the most turnover ratios in the league at 3.6. So yeah, he definitely needs some mentorship at the point guard position. So yeah, we'll get into the backcourt here alongside Jalen Green. So yeah, I don't know. The fit between Jalen Green and KPJ is weird because both of them like to play iso ball a lot, and the offense gets stagnant a lot when either one of them wants to play iso ball. I mean, we've seen a lot in the games where KPJ will just take the ball into the cup with a lot of traffic and will try to pass it out in traffic, probably get turnover, probably get the ball stolen, probably get, pickpocketed. So we need a true point guard that knows how to run the offense, someone that can at least get Jalen Green some open shots, get Şengün working in the post. And yeah, I mean, KPJ, as of right now, I mean, he's not really looking like that point guard so far. So, I mean, I'm not going to discredit KPJ having a great season because 19-5 is pretty great. But, I mean, on a team that desperately needs a point guard, KPJ is probably going to be mostly utilized better at the 3 or the 2, probably off the bench. I mean, even as a 6-man, I would be definitely okay with that. But for KPJ's ego, I mean, that's definitely not going to happen. So, yeah, next I want to talk about the play style alongside Şengün and Jalen Green. So, yeah, what KPJ is doing right now, it's definitely not working with Şengün and Jalen Green. I mean, with KPJ holding the ball for a long time and then passing it out to Jalen Green, I mean, there's not going to be enough time for guys like Şengün to get situated in the offense. I mean, mostly you want to get Şengün in the post, get him to be the hub of the offense, and then run the offense through him. But I mean, KPJ, he's going to be mostly on the top, dancing, doing a lot of just dribble moves and just showing off. So I don't really know why we have that type of offense. I mean, Steven Silas should definitely notice these type of things, especially him being the head coach of the Houston Rockets. So yeah, I mean, the fit is just weird. I mean, KPJ, the point guard experience definitely hasn't been working out. I'm going to be honest. I mean, even I haven't been too crazy about KPJ being at the 1. So yeah, you guys can let me know what you guys think about KPJ in terms of him playing like what he's doing right now. Because like I said in like one of my previous videos, John Wall on the, I can't remember what podcast it was. I think it was like Run Your Race or something like that. He was talking about Jalen Green and KPJ's play style not being able to function right in the NBA, and what they're doing right now would get them benched on any other team. So I definitely agree with John Wall. I mean, the iso ball has to stop. There's just no ball movement in the offense, and when we do have ball movement, we're getting close to winning. I mean, looking at the game against the Lakers, the game against the Charlotte Hornets, I mean, these were both pretty close games and games that the Houston Rockets could have won. And although they did lose, they put up a great fight. So even without their point guard and KPJ, they put up a good fight. So that might say something to Steven Silas, might say something to Rafael Stone. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you guys think about KPJ. I don't know. I mean, in terms of Rafael Stone and his moves so far, I mean, he did trade a top 55 protected second-round pick for this guy. So you got to give him some props for trading him for at least a lottery talent in his draft class. But he's not turning out well with what they envisioned. I mean, they probably envisioned KPJ to be this guy that can handle the ball, someone that can run the offense, someone that can shoot. But it hasn't worked out. I mean, he's mostly a guy that can just be able to score, someone that's going to be able to secondary play make, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the end. That's all I really want to talk about for KPJ. Nothing too, I wouldn't say nothing too huge in terms of KPJ coming back. I mean, he's probably out for a couple more games, maybe. I don't know. He got surgery, or he got his ankle checked out, so hopefully he can come back soon. But I don't know, man. The Rockets, they're in a really bad position. Hopefully they can do something to change this culture, because the culture right now is definitely toxic. Rockets Twitter, they love to shit talk KPJ for whatever reason, but I mean, I'm all here for it. Hopefully KPJ can come out here and prove the haters wrong. That's the end, and I'm out.